Es lo que hay. Enjoy the show.
So what's the plan?
Time to take control of our world. When we feel out of place, disconnected, and divided.
There are always repercussions.
Do we have what it takes?
Alright, I'm going in.
Valorant.
To be heroes?
What we're doing here could change things.
Boom.
Tonight, we bring the world together.
You're with us now.
We celebrate who we are.
Yes, it's humanity's chance to repent.
And what we are.
I'm with you every step of the way.
The future of gaming. Welcome to GamesCon Opening Night Live.
Venga, vamos. Vamos.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Keighley, and welcome to GamesCom Opening Night Live 2020. Now, this year, Gamescom is, of course, a little different than normal, and I hope all of you and your families are safe and healthy at home. In 2020, games have comforted and connected us more than ever. And with the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are only going to get better. Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase filled with more than 35 games to kick off Gamescom 2020. Tonight, you'll get a first look at Fall Guys Season 2 and an extended gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers, and publishers who have worked under challenging circumstances to keep us entertained. This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane expectations. I hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first game with a game that was just announced yesterday, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And joining me is Dan Vondrack from Raven to tell us about the game and give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Call of Duty Cold War. Vamos a ver.
Thanks for having me here. This has been a dream project for us to work on from nearly the beginning of development. We knew Black Ops Cold War was going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, and we loved the idea of returning to the pillars that built the Black Ops franchise: deniable operations, conspiracy grounded in history, and that shadowy world of paranoia. And we get to mix all those together, drop the player into the 1980s at the height of the Cold War, and it's really something that we know would feel relevant to today and also uniquely Black Ops.
Well, you start playing with Black Ops, everyone wants to know characters. We saw yesterday in the reveal trailers, some familiar faces. So, Woods, Mason, break it down. How does this fit into the Black Ops canon? You said it's a direct sequel, so are we going to see a lot of familiar faces?
Yeah, part of the fun in making this game was bringing back the iconic
yo creo que no jugué a ninguno de los otros Black Ops. O sea, ninguno de los otros Black Ops los he jugado y no todos los personajes que he visto no me sonaban de nada, la verdad. Tenía la sensación de que ya lo sabía, de que eran bastante genéricos, pero bueno.
Kind of a new direction with some branches and some options about how you play through the campaign. Can you maybe walk us through your thinking there?
Yeah, one of the driving forces from early in development was to say, let's take this Black Ops thrill ride and infuse it with some player choice and some player freedom. Anything we can do to give the player a little more ownership over their experience. So that starts with allowing the player to create their own character for the Cold War campaign. They can name them and pick a military background and really pretend they are that Black Ops soldier that they want to be.
En la campaña podemos crear nuestro propio personaje, nuestro propio militar. Tendrás como una especie de pantalla inicial para elegir al personaje que quieres ser y quieres hacer. O algo así, ha dicho.
Comes the player wanting to feel that impact. So some of those choices earlier in the game and some towards the end will actually shape the ending of the narrative of the campaign.
All right, so multiple endings to this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hay diferentes finales para este juego, por lo que dice.
They did some of this in Black Ops 2, and with our story and with these features, we loved paying homage to those early Black Ops games.
Oh, yeah, I remember the numbers. All right. Well, Dan, we are excited to see more of it. I know multiplayer reveal is coming in September, but since you got a switch there, maybe you could flip the switch on something exclusive for us. Right? What are you going to show us?
Yeah, absolutely. This is really exciting because this will be the first time we've done this outside the walls of the development studio. This is a scene from earlier in the game, and it's a critical point that really shows the narrative of the world, shows this threat that our heroes are going to be battling. So let's take a look.
No me he enterado muy bien de lo que ha dicho, pero vale. A ver.
1943. Detailed information from the Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos by the Russian spy known as Perseus. 1968, the Vietnam War. Viet Cong soldiers orchestrated by Perseus attempted to steal an American-made nuclear bomb from a U.S. firebase. 5 days ago, while on a mission, we acquired intel that Perseus is in play again and planning an attack on the West. Perseus, the CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to the free world.
Mr. Hudson, we're all aware of Perseus. We're also aware he's more myth than fact. I mean, personally, I think he's nothing more than the Russian boogeyman.
General Haig, allow me to introduce the man best suited to respond to that. CIA clandestine special officer Russell Adler. He's one of the few people who even come close to capturing Perseus.
Brad Pitt.
Mr. Adler, why should we take this Perseus threat seriously?
You don't have to, sir.
Yeah, then a lot of innocent people are gonna die.
Why do you say that?
Sir.
Every time Perseus has come into play, it's shifted the balance of the Cold War. After 13 years of silence, if he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something
Ahora están hablando que han activado el agente, un agente que se llama Perseus este. Y si lo han activado es por alguna razón gorda. Y aquí tenemos al presidente.
Mr. President.
Sir.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, this is Jason Hudson and Russell Adler.
I know their names. Who do you think approved their last mission? Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal if the press gets a hold.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know who we are?
Every mission we go on is illegal.
Sergeant Woods, plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Al, we're talking about preventing an attack on the free men and women of the world. Give Mr. Adler whatever he wants. Gentlemen, you've been given an important task. Protecting our very way of life from a great evil. There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. And while few people will know of your struggles, rest assured, the entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
Muy bien. Pues tiene que ir a buscar a la gente este que lo han activado. Y el presidente le han dado luz verde para todo. Para todo. Le ha dicho, haz lo que queráis. Pero matar a ese pavo.
It's called Unknown 9. The game tells the story of Haruna, a woman raised on the streets of India and haunted by visions of her own death. Haruna struggles to understand her mysterious innate abilities to manipulate the unseen. Check out this first look.
Pues pero mira, este tiene buena pinta. Me ha gustado lo que he visto por ahí detrás. Un poco. Hostia, que le dan. Tiene poderes. Momento de apuntar los juegos, los nombres. Me parece curioso, me llama la atención. Ojo, se ha dado cuenta que tiene poderes. Unknown Awakening. Vale. Unknown Awakening. Unknown 9. Believe in... Vale, o sea, para PC y para las nuevas generaciones de... Las nuevas generaciones de consolas.
All right, let's get to the gameplay. One of this year's biggest games has been Doom Eternal. Tonight, we've got an exclusive first look at the campaign expansion called the Ancient Gods Part 1.
Una nueva expansión para Doom Eternal. Expansión de... ¿Cómo que será de la campaña? Doom Eternal. Gran juego. Hostia. Ah, pecharraco, tío. Boom. The Ancient Gods. Los dioses ancianos. Se tiran hachas. 10 de... al 20 de octubre. 20 de octubre.
2020 marks the 25th anniversary of a legendary game studio, BioWare. Tonight, Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world
Mass
a
Effect.
little taste of what's next. Casey, over to you.
Hey Jeff, it's great to see you again.
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014 Game Awards, accepting the Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring
Dragon
the
Age?
characters of Dragon Age to life. We're still in early production, but we thought it was time to give you the very first look at how BioWare's passionate team of developers are crafting this very special game.
¿Un nuevo Dragon Age? Ah, mira, molaría. ¡Hostia, un dragón! No, no. Es un hombre. Es un hombre con gafas. Barba.
There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing stories to be told with other people.
I love that character so much.
We're very experimental here at BioWare, so we're always coming up with new stuff.
We're always trying to improve, innovate, and bring new characters to life for our players and fans to enjoy.
Como por ejemplo Anthem.
The world of Dragon Age really has got it all. It's got frontier stories, it's got mystery, it's got hard-boiled detective stories. And of course, it's all wrapped up in kind of a fantasy setting.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Dragon Age to me is a wonderful world to play in.
I am really excited about the future of Dragon Age. This is an original world, original flora, original wildlife, original architecture. That makes it fun to explore and discover.
In the next Dragon Age, you get an
Present Game in Development. Un Dragon Age.
Things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well.
For the game we're working on now, we want to tell a story. What happens when you don't have power? What happens when the people in charge aren't willing to address the issues?
The things that you can expect in the next installment are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make.
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
We want characters to either be loved or hated. One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part want to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare and EA has been one of the forerunners in using.
Me hace gracia que todos los desarrolladores están súper felices ahí trabajando. Pero luego cuando les hacen trabajar ahí en la oficina durante horas y tal.
Wonderful collection of digital pixels is actually a living, breathing soul.
No, it's okay. That's the good kind of rumble.
I actually design bosses. I help with the creature design team as well. So I do all of like the big threats that you have to go up against.
Nobody dies on my watch. For the Wardens!
Choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party
Pues
member
estoy tan feliz de trabajar en Dragon Age.
And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore a lot more of them.
To me, that potential is what gets you up in the morning. It's a fantastic opportunity every time.
Next up, it's time for something special.
Dun, 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 dun.
Great Scott! I think there's been a serious miscalculation.
Wow, wait, you're, what's his name? Back to the Future.
I'm Emmanuel Brown, doctor of physics, not of medicine, and certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you doing here?
I did come back from the future to this precise moment on August 27th, 2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
During the mid-20th century, some friends of mine from Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility, otherwise known as the Surgeon Simulator Training Program. Now, 70 years later, we've digitized the experience. It's unbelievable. You can access the program.
That's unbelievable.
And then be medically trained.
I'd like this game.
Keyboard. And it's available as of Great Scott, this very moment. Tonight, I want a world premiere, a few examples of some of the incredibly successful test subjects who have already completed the course.
So you're saying a world premiere will save our future?
Only time will tell. And speaking of time, I'm off to another world premiere, Avengers 26, The Return of the Son of Thanos, opening 2000.
Surgeon Simulator.
And with that, I leave the fate of the human race in your
World Premiere, Surgeon Simulator, juegazo. Tiene una pinta increíble, increíble. Increíble. Qué ganas de jugar a esta mierda. Digo, qué ganas de jugar a este juego. ¡Wow, tío! ¡Qué bien estamos pasando! ¡Jugando otra vez! No, es que no. No. Por favor, no. Por favor. No. Bueno.
Doc Brown introducing Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator, only on Opening Night Live. All right, well, if you thought that crossover was kind of crazy, wait until you get a load of this next game announcement that I don't think anyone probably saw coming. Check this out.
A ver. Head up, head up. ¿Qué front Tarkov? ¿Puede ser? Tarkov, tiene que ser Tarkov o algo así. Por. Tiene pinta. ¿No? ¿O no? Tiene pinta de Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov, pero claro, no creo. O sea, esos tubos ahí rojos y tal, tenía pinta. ¿Qué va a hacer? Ah, no, son zombies, son zombies. Son zombies. Son zombies. Holy Bridge. Here's Construction de Walking Dead. Vaya crossover más raro.
Tonight is just the start of Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days, there are more streams from IGN and Webedia with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest, and some special new shows just for Gamescom. Your portal for all things Gamescom this year is Gamescom Now, which you can check out at gamescom.global. Now, one game you'll hear more about later on IGN's post-show is this one, a return of 2 classic characters that I love. Check this out.
A ver, el regreso de dos personajes que le gustan mucho, Happy Giant.
In a world gone strange. One elite force stands against the darkness. But even they could use some help.
Here, slip on this little beauty for effect.
Sam, I'm blind! Oh, hello, miss.
The return of Sam and Max. Yes. All right. And now it's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host
Sam and Max. All right, all right.
Please say hello to Sydney Goodman.
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, everyone? I'm Sydney Goodman, and I am thrilled to be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about all the different ways that IGN is involved in this year's festivities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations.
El mejor juego de Nintendo Switch es Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2. Que no ha salido todavía, obviamente, claro. Pero es el mejor.
Content, interviews, dev talks, and more. Plus, we have Gamescom Awesome Indies, the show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Central European Time, so be sure to tune in for more announcements and special guests. And now, let's go back to Jeff for our next big world premiere.
Venga, next big world
Thank you so much, Sid.
Next big world premiere.
In the Gamescom studio and also Awesome Indies, and I'm going to be on the Daily Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that. All right, well, on to our next game. In the next World of Warcraft expansion, players will journey beyond the mortal world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot before. The Shadowlands, the afterlife of an entire Warcraft universe. The infinite realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different factions, known as covenants, each holding dominion over a different aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part of one of these covenants when they cross over into the Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you a closer look at the noble and pure Kyrian Covenant from the realm of Bastion, who are charged with carrying the souls of the dead into the beyond. So sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called Afterlives. Enjoy.
Oh. A ver, Afterlives. World of Warcraft. Shadowlands. Venga, corto de animación. Esto tiene que ser brutal. Uther. Paladín Uther. Grande Uther. Arzas.
Light, save my soul.
After arrives, Bastion.
Uther.
Where am I?
Welcome to Bastion. You led a truly selfless life, and for that, you have been chosen.
Chosen?
To shed your mortal burdens and join the ranks of the Ascended, serving to ferry the souls of the dead unto the Shadowlands.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be...
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the Maw long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire is justice.
Uther quiere justicia.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen. I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos. I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
Devos. How long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded?
¿Wounded qué quiere decir?
To you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me. The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand. Our realm is imperiled.
Impossible. The Maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never would have known of this calamity. The path is flawed.
Enough! The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my
As you... Deja tus mierdas y haz algo, hombre.
Uther, the time of your ascension has come.
I thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself.
Es un ángel ahora.
The moment he falls, we will claim him.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Now, cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Venganza.
Remember what he did and take your vengeance.
Not vengeance. Justice.
Pensaba que no lo iba a tirar. Pensaba que no lo iba a tirar, pero al final sí. A ver los otros. Este ha molado bastante.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that exclusive look at Bastion. Now, we know many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait is almost over.
A ver, a ver. A ver si sale ya pronto la expansión. Estaría bien. Estaría bien, por favor. ¿27 del 10? Ah, el 27 de octubre. 27 de octubre. Es un evento, la GamesCon, ¿no? La Alex. Es la GamesCon. Lo que se hacía en Colonia, pues ahora se hace el rollo online. No pasa nada, hombre. Esto. Yo soy educado, ¿sabes? World of Warcraft. ...27 del 10. 27 de octubre, ¿eh?
October 27th, it is official. And we have so much more opening night live still to go for you. Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5.
No, PC y consolas, de momento.
Stay tuned. All right. But now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
Es para consola y PC. La gastaré del WoW porque supongo que... Porque es WoW. Pero es para todo tipo de juegos.
Until finally, the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open. Our last remaining hope, the Stormcast Eternals. Vengeance made manifest. Unbound, unbroken, we will take back what the dead have.
Espero que si hayáis subido un dragón, es bien. Ah, vale, Warhammer, ok. Ya que era un juego en el que había subido en un dragón y mataba gente.
guys may remember back in June, I had some masked fun with my buddy Crash Bandicoot announcing Crash 4 It's About Time. With the game coming in October, Crash, of course, had to come back for opening night live. So let's bring him out, everybody. Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, sí.
What? He's where?
Empezamos. ¡Empieza máquina! ¡Crack! Hostia. Sí, sí, una mascarilla gigante. Hostia, cómo mola el robot, Flipa.
Poor Crash apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom. But to tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. Lou, what did we see there with Crash and the Gamescom bot?
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here today.
Okay, so how do these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Ha llegado el robot a buscarle.
So the way that the flashback tape levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard and they're really awesome and they're super creative and we can't wait to get people's hands on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they?
Es una precuela de los primeros, dice. El chico este.
Sure, so players actually have to collect the flashback tapes
O sea, es anterior.
in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms, really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team.
Ojo, el Nitro Racing mola mucho, El Crash Nitro Racing estaba muy guapo. Yo también lo jugué mucho a ese. Yo los primeros creo que me lo pasé la mayoría.
Phenomenal, Lou. We cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right, well, we will be right back after this for more Gamescom Opening Night Live.
Gamescom Opening Night Live.
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture that obliterates without warning.
Ojo.
Alone, the hordes of Enoch will fall before me. But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road, into the dark heart of creation. 'Cause I feel the way you feel. We will find the source, whatever it holds, whatever it takes.
Por lo menos la música mola. Boom. pasa? Outriders, ni idea. Red Bull. A ver, voy a apuntar que este va a llamar la atención y no sé qué es. Outriders. Luego se me olvida. Hyper Escape, madre mía, qué juegazo, ¿no? ¡Fu! Lo está jugando todo el mundo, ¿verdad? ¡Fu! No, creo que no. Time to party. Ojo, este me gustaría probarlo, pero por las risas de este juego, el de Subasa. He visto algún stream y tal, y joder. Me parece que puede ser una risa. Un poco fade. Es que hay muchos Battle Royales ya. Ya el Apex yo creo que llegó tarde en su momento cuando salió. Pues este que ha llegado un año después o más, pues imagínate.
Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble but are rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armor, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo.
No sé cuánta gente habrá jugando a este juego ahora, pero al Hyper Escape.
Female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners, and
Y este no sé cuál es.
And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy feeling as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now,
El Hyper Escape, mira, aquí está. O sea, tiene en Twitch 7000 espectadores el Hyper Escape. Está por encima del Black Desert que tiene 7000. O sea, imagínate. El Fortnite, que a ver, que ha sacado la nueva season, 246.000. Y el Apex, 49.000. O sea, que imagínate, de 7.000. De 7.000 que tiene el Hyper Escape a 40 y...
Futuro dos jogos, além de realidades
¡Futuro dos jogos! Perdón.
Eu acho que também se
muchas gracias,
em formas mais expressivas e
mais expressivas!
Cada vez mais esses paradigmas
Muito obrigado!
que a gente tem.
Porque eu sou português.
Nunca como uma ferramenta.
Eu sou brasileiro, não sei de onde sou.
I envision the future gaming to be quite bright and quite online.
Dice la peña que nadie lo juega, igual que el Valorant. Igual, el Valorant sí que lo juega gente, ¿eh? El Valorant tiene 87.000 espectadores, más que el Apex en el de esto. Eso quiere decir que lo jugará pues, el doble o quizás más gente. También te digo que no es que los espectadores en Twitch sean bajos, no quiere decir que no lo juegue nadie. Eso también es verdad. Lo que pasa es que a lo mejor no es tan bonito de ver o lo que sea como otros juegos. Pero bueno. También un juego tiene que ser bonito de ver, que lo puedas ver en Twitch. Si no es bonito de ver en Twitch, pues seguramente no. No de esto. La gente no lo ve. O no le gusta verlo. No sé. A mí me pasa con el counter. A mí el counter me gusta, pero verlo en stream, pues no me gusta. Pero la gente lo ve y eso, no sé.
So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of 2 in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game
Pero no lo han potenciado eso mucho, ¿no? Pero yo es que tampoco lo juego porque tampoco me llama la atención. Es que, no sé. Hay muchos Battle Royales. Hay demasiados Battle Royales ya.
I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch. Teardown.
Venga, va. Yo descargué y nunca lo abrí. Yo lo jugué en directo y eso. Y bueno, estuvo divertido. Pero ya está, no sé. Sin más. Estuvo bien, lo probé. Me gustó un poco, pero luego al final tienes que decidir qué juegas. Y no me enganchas. O sea, si no te enganchas, ves lo que tiene, no. ¿Y este? Un Lego. Es como el Lego, mola. Como un Lego, pero... ¿sabes? Más... Ah, no. Prepare. Lego meets Minecraft. Sí. Algo así, ¿no? Lego meets Minecraft. The perform. No hay daño de caída, por lo que veo. Minecraft. Cuidado. Lo que tiene que hacer, es que no sé lo que tiene que hacer. Han cogido el coche ahora. Boom. No entiendo lo que está pasando. Tear down. No, me lo voy a apuntar porque me ha parecido curioso y no sé lo que hay que hacer.
Last year at Opening Night Live, we announced Little Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changes right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at GamesCon.
Este juego molaba mucho. Ese juego, yo me pasé el primero, el de Little Nightmares, y es muy buen juego, muy buen juego. De verdad, es un juegazo. A ver el gameplay de este. Y además no es largo. Me lo pasé, nada, en 6-7 horas. O menos, incluso. Little Nightmares 2. Yo esto lo voy a jugar seguro. Es muy bonito, además. Artísticamente, bastante bonito. Es muy chulo este juego, ¿verdad? Hostia. ¡Muere, Pinocho! ¡Muere! Cuidado aquí, Muy buena pinta este juego, muy buena pinta. La verdad es que mola, tiene una pinta increíble, de verdad.
I'm WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring
No sé quién es. ¿Sabes quién es este tío? ¿Te suena? A mí no.
2K Battleground.
Ah, del WWE, vale. Siguiente, next game, please, next game. Me he bajado el Fortnite, Alex. Me he bajado el Fortnite. ¿Has visto la nueva temporada del Fortnite que está los Avengers? Brutal, ¿eh? Sí, brutal. ¿Lo has visto? ¿Lo has visto? Puede ser Iron Man, ¿eh? Y puede ser Thor. Puede ser Iron Man y Thor. Claro, tu hermano, pues tiene muy buena pinta, ¿eh? Pero está jugando esta tarde, antes del evento. Está guay, me gusta. Buah, tío, qué pinta tan buena este juego, me encanta. O sea, quiero... A ver si sale ya hoy, ¿no? ¿Este juego o qué?
Battlegrounds. Woo, that's a big toy hammer. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. Seth Rollins delivers the stomp. What a night. What a night. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Pre-order WWE 2K Battlegrounds today and brawl without limits.
Battlegrounds, ¿ves? Otro Battlegrounds. Que este va a ser...
Sorry, Moro, I know that's your line.
Otro Battle Royale, wannabe. ¡Hala! Venga, va. Este también tengo muchas ganas de probarlo. De hecho, el Watch Dogs 2 tengo que jugarlo también, lo tengo pendiente. Mátame. Pues esta también tiene buena pinta, ¿eh? Star Wars Squadrons. También tiene pintaza, ¿eh? ¿Multiplayer? ¿Operación Tango? No, ni idea, no sé cuál. Esto no he visto nada de este, ¿eh? No sé qué es. Operación Tango. Curious Expedition. Hostia, ¿esto ha salido ya? Tiene pinta de ser bonito, por lo menos. Me voy a apuntar. Curious Expedition, voy a apuntar este. Curious Expeditions. No tengo ni idea de qué es este juego, pero tiene una pinta.
GamesCom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show, our Gamescom Awesome Indies Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming, and finally the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom Now.
All right.
And now it is time to talk about that best action game winner, Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive space combat game from Motive Studios that delivers the ultimate Star Wars pilot fantasy. We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll suit up and fly for both the New Republic and the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an all-new, authentic single-player story set after the events of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Today, we'll get a glimpse at what Squadron's story has to offer by taking a brief look at one of the single-player missions featuring some light narration by the Motive team. Let's check it out.
Tengo contra 5 y una misión es así single player y tal.
Choose our path. Light or dark. Freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan in order to spread fear and douse the fires of rebellion. But the heroic pilots of the Rebel Alliance have chosen to keep fighting, to show the Empire that we are not afraid.
Es que este tiene muy buena pinta, este juego. Este juego tiene muy buena pinta. Yo me acuerdo del Battlefront que habían modos así de naves y estaban bastante conseguidos. Eran simples y tal, pero claro, un juego únicamente de naves de Star Wars y tal para combatir y eso, solo eso, pues debe ser un juego más completo y orientado más al tema de naves y tal. Puede molar muchísimo, la verdad.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Hunka, narrative
Hola.
producer on Star Wars Squadrons. Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this Starhawk and eliminate it.
Gladly, Admiral Sloan.
Over the course of the story, you'll fly as two pilots on opposite sides of the war. And, like all modes in Star Wars Squadrons, you'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Wedge Antilles, Rogue Squadron. I hear you're the reason I was able to finally get a comm through.
Today, we're giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent Thorne, has discovered vital intelligence on
Yo jugué al Fortnite solo cuando sacaron los aviones. ¿Sacaron aviones en el Fortnite? No sabía.
outpost above Hosni and Prime. Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate perimeter defenses. The outpost is defenseless. When you've secured the area, you will escort the Gladiators to the outpost, and our extraction team will acquire Agent Thorne. Once Thorne is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers and return to the Overseer. Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point. We have Republic corvettes inbound. Move, Titan.
Move, move, move. Hace más de un año. Ah, vale, vale.
Titan 3, take out those fighters. Understood. I'll handle it.
You have my thanks, Titan Squadron.
No time to celebrate. Move on.
Go, go, go!
Each mission will immerse you into the escalating conflict between the New Republic and a shattered empire. Debrief with your squad mates between missions.
You're our new wingmate.
Customize and master all 8 starfighters and join the galaxy's finest.
I need you focused and ready to go.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss, the story of these rival squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come. I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
El 2 de octubre sale. No pinta mal, no pinta mal. Lo que gráficamente... se ve algo raro. Me gustaría probarlo antes de... O probar alguna demo o algo así para ver. A ver cómo se ve gráficamente y eso.
At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina or jump into the Millennium Falcon on a run to Smuggler's Cove. It was this incredible adventure at Disney Resort and Walt Disney.
Sí, gráficamente le veo algo raro.
Check this out.
Le veo algo raro gráficamente, no sé qué es. Los 6-4 Star Wars. Buah, brutal, qué ganas de jugarlo, de verdad, Joder. ¡Ah! El dildo, me lo meto por el coño. Perdón. Bien. Joder, qué ganas de jugar a esto, tío, de verdad, Seguro que es más épico que la película. Yo no he visto la película, pero seguro que esto es más épico que la película. ¿Tú viste la peli, no? De Star Wars. Yo no la he visto todavía, ¿Te acuerdas que me dijiste, sí, en mi cole la dan, no sé qué? Pues yo todavía no la he visto. Pam, 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 pam. ¿A ti qué tal? ¿Te gustó o qué? No me acuerdo si me lo dijiste, creo que no. O sí, no me acuerdo ahora mismo.
There is even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour, we've got Fall Guys Season 2 still to come, the reveal of that, which I can't wait for you guys to see. And of course, a gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now, you might remember this next game from Annapurna Interactive from last year's Microsoft E3 event. And today, I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time
Sí, la última.
this year's most intriguing indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely
Como peli es una mierda, entretiene, pero como peli es una mierda. Bueno, entonces es una mierda.
Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
Es que tengo que verla igualmente, o sea, me gustaría verla para opinar, pero claro. Todo el mundo dice, es una mierda, es una mierda, es una mierda. Pues yo qué sé, te tira para atrás todo el rato. Debería verla. ¿Está en Disney Plus? ¿Puede ser?
Moving backward, returning to its bud. Think of that bud, unopened. Look at it as a whole, then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
Este tiene buena pinta. Willem Dafoe. 12 minutes se llama. Vamos a ver, vamos a apuntarlo. Un thriller. Este lo quiero probar.
That's going to be a really special indie game. So glad to announce that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced Godfall, a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5 and PC from Counterplay. Tonight, we've got a quick sneak peek of one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming as part of GamesCom 2020. Check this out.
Este me gustaría probarlo también. El Godfall. Sí, el Charles Xavier de joven. No me acuerdo cómo se llama el actor. Charles Xavier de joven. Pues a mí me llama la atención este juego. O sea, si es looter y puedes ir looteando y eso, me parece curioso, cuanto menos. Y el combate me parece chulo, ¿no? Parece que... O sea, no sé. Tiene pinta de molar. Y gráficamente se ve súper bien.
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive looks at Lego Star
Se
Wars,
llamaba
the Skywalker
12
Saga,
Minutes.
Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure you saw that earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
No, la demo del Warzone, ¿no? De Warframe, perdón.
Tear the veil asunder. Subvert new territory to our sovereign will. But that was what it wanted too.
Este juego también molaba un montón, ¿eh? Lo que pasa es que es complicado, pero molaba un montonazo. Y además es gratis, por cierto, el Warzone. Warframe, perdón. ¿Has jugado tú al Warframe? ¿Warframe?
What? Visitors?
Now, the gateway is failing. The jaws close.
Oh, pues yo creo que te gustaría este juego, ¿eh?
Final heartbeat.
La verdad que sí.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
But before we fall, we shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
El miércoles ya pongo la nueva gráfica, lo probaré. Bien. Pues pruébalo, yo creo que te gustará, la verdad. Yo creo que sí.
And I think I've given out more advice about video games in 2020 than any other time ever. And as a result, it's more important than ever that we keep making different, interesting things for folk to play.
A pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar
nesse momento, eu passou isso e eu
mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this corona virus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. jogos são por amor.
¿Esto es un Medabot o qué es esto? Pensaba que era un Medabot esta mierda. Ahora empezó a las 7:30. ¿Un Medabot? ¿Esos son los Medabots esos? ¿Te acuerdas de los Medabots? Molaban un montón. A ver. Aura. Hostia. Overrided, Super Mech League. ¿Otra Battle Royale? A ver. Special crossover announcement coming September. Overrider. Mira, mira. Porque salen mechas y tal. Pero básicamente por eso me llama la atención. Salen mechas y robots. Una hora más queda de evento. Una hora más.
Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5 and so much more across the next hour. Opening Night Live continues and it just is the start of Gamescom 2020. But right now on September 25th, Mafia Definitive Edition launches, a comprehensive, built from the ground up remake of the original Mafia. Tonight we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore, which deals with Tommy's
El miércoles. Vale, sí.
Check this out.
Que vaya muy bien, tío. Gracias por pasar. Nos vemos próximamente. Mafia, esto es Mafia. Venga, bien, venga, crack. Que vaya bien. Hasta luego. Chao. Chao.
Busting your back, doing an honest day's work in a city that's been trying to scrape you off its heels since the day you stepped off the boat. And then next you're stuffing your pockets full of Salieri's dirty money.
Go get him, Tommy!
Teach these boys a lesson. Break every bone in their bodies.
You want me to become one of those Wall Street boys?
Don't sass me, Tommy.
¿Don't qué?
To teach you the ropes, so you don't get strangled by them.
Now you stay straight with me, you're gonna be living the high life, Tom. You abuse my trust.
Don Salieri, you won't ever need to worry about me.
Okay then. Welcome to the family.
Bienvenida a la familia.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop.
Un juego de por turnos de estrategia. Juego por turnos. Hola Marcos, ¿qué tal? Bien, aquí. Pero esto es como ese, ¿eh? Hay un juego similar a este, ¿no? Jodas. Este hay un juego ya, o sea, hay un juego que es así. ¿Cómo se llama el juego este? Que es así, como este. También se juega con el tema del tiempo y todo el rollo. Yo lo jugué en directo, pero no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. O ese. Yo los juegos me parecen iguales, de verdad.
Next spring, get ready to experience memorable moments and non-stop action.
Pues muy bien, ¿y tú qué tal? ¿Cómo estás, Marcos?
Star Wars films and Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Lego de Skywalker Saga, ok.
With new fun-filled Lego humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear. Twisted by the dark side, young Skywalker has become.
5 wins seguidas, ¿no?
Our last hope. No, there is another.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
¿Qué es el juego de toda la saga o qué? ¿Cuándo voy a estar? Hasta que acabe el evento este. Es el evento de la Gamescom. Cuando acabe, pues pararé. Force will be with you, always. In a galaxy far away.
Not him, the Falcon.
La saga entera. ¿Van a hacer la saga entera de Lego Star Wars? Like never before.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it, Jedi.
Mola. Not bad, me llama la atención, la verdad. No pinta mal, no pinta mal esto. Y sale para PC, mucho mejor. Además pinta divertido, está bien.
Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
Este juego se puede jugar hoy. Es de Frontier, dice. Struggling se llama. ¡Un pony! Oh, perdón, un unicornio. Single player and co-op. No, ya tiene co-op también. Pues ya se puede jugar a este juego. Si alguien lo quiere jugar, que lo juegue. Pero claro, no sé cuánto costará, la verdad. The Empires of the Past. Ah, Age of Empires, ojo. Rebuild for a new age. Rebuild, perdón, rebuild. Yo pensaba que iban a sacar. Pero yo pensaba que iban a sacar un nuevo Age of Empires. Están haciendo remasters de todos los Age of Empires, no me jodas. Historical Battles. Sí, bueno, Age of Empires, básicamente. Bam 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 bam. Age of Empires 3 Remaster Definitive Edition. Ya puta, tío. Venga, va, saca algo que no haya visto, va. A ver, sale algo del Fall Guys ya de una vez. De la nueva season. De la season 2. Ah, esto es el Man of Medan, ¿no? Debe ser el segundo capítulo. No sé si el Man of Medan se puede jugar rollo en PC en cooperativo. No sé, debo mirarlo también. Un juego de coches, debe ser el Forza. Pi, pi, pi.
The game that I've given the most hours to, that I love going back to, is Assassin's
Me sobra.
Not to say since Origins came out, this new
Me sobra. Esto me sobra, pero muchísimo. Me sobra muchísimo, de verdad.
And I have put almost 400 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
At the moment, I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play, games that I return to every year. Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection, is really a big one for me where that's concerned. But I also still just casually binge Animal Crossing, and I've been doing that basically all year.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing since I downloaded it. I find the daily repetitive rhythm so soothing and predictable. Although, much like my house, my island is still a complete tip.
Up next, we have the award for Best Microsoft Xbox Game. And the winner is Tell Me Why. Congratulations to Don't Nod Entertainment. Well, after a big day of Gamescom events and announcements, you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Show.
¿Puede ser que la tía esté gritando mucho? Parece que la tía esté gritando muchísimo. Hello, this is the gaming area.
Thank you very much, Sid. And by the way, congratulations to Don't Nod for Tell Me Why, a really important game that is out now that you can play.
Tell me why, you're nothing but a headache.
As we know, there's a lot going on in the world, and that goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching tonight, and I know we're all here because we love games and we know that games are good in the world and can bring us together, and I think we've all felt that in 2020. So I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games and trailers. All right, well, one way as a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a Gamescom forest together with the community. Gamers worldwide can go to gamescom.global and donate to plant more trees. So let's plant a forest together. All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May. Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her, featuring rich, ray-traced 4K 60 FPS environments on next-gen hardware. Here is the first look at gameplay from Chorus.
Course. Michael Kors. Michael Kerr. Hostia. You've broken my heart, boys. I'll betrayal. Naves espaciales. Este pinta un poco mejor, o gráficamente a mí me pinta mejor que el Star Wars Squadrons. Pero claro, no está dentro de la cabina y tal, pero yo qué sé. Gráficamente pues lo veo mejor, no sé. Se ve bastante bien, la verdad. Chorps. No voy a jugarlo, obviamente, seguramente, pero que no me... Tema de naves y tal a mí... Todo Star Wars, pero bueno, puede estar bien, puede estar bien. Gráficamente mola. Bien, Fall Guys.
Have you won? If one game has defined the summer of 2020, it absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready, I think the internet is about to freak out. Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Venga, Fall Guys Season 2. Esto sí mola. Esto sí mola. A ver.
I'm Joe, I'm the lead game designer on Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and I just wanted to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's been playing and enjoying the game so far. As a team, we've been looking at all the fan arts, the memes, and the montages that people have been posting online, and the response to the game has really blown us away. Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first sneak peek at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying as part of Fall Guys Season 2.
Oh, mira, mola. Mola la bruja esta, mola. New rounds. Medieval hero. Bien.
Traverse giant drawbridges, dodge swinging axes, and scale movable siege ramps in the quest for
ultimate
game show glory.
No está mal. Los mapas es lo que necesita el juego, que no paren de poner mapas y tal. New costume. Equipo rollo medieval y tal. Vestidos rollo medievales y cosas así. Está bien, mola. Ay, mira, tienes que ayudarte para subir. Bien. No está mal.
We hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to development, but if you want to stay up to date, then @FallGuysGame on Twitter is where you want to be. See you on the start line.
No pinta mal. Bien.
My father has Colorado in the palm of his hand, and he's afraid to close his fist. I am not.
Juego de estrategia, perfecto.
Got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado.
¿Pero dónde va con las cabezas?
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them.
Todavía tengo la canción de Fall Guys en la cabeza cuando veo esto, no sé. Esto es como un XCOM, ¿no? Similar.
Go back to Arizona, Rangers, and I'll pretend none of
Tipo
this
XCOM.
Stay and you die alone.
Westland 3. Ah, vale, vale. Pero este ya se puede jugar, ¿no? O sea, este ya estaba disponible.
I really haven't found
PC?
any new appreciation for gaming at this time because my appreciation for gaming before couldn't be higher.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento. E é o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
You get to travel all over the world in games, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima and, you know, I kind of prefer it to the real Japan just because I've heard that in real life they don't let you run around with katanas.
I appreciate games a lot more than films, music or whatever. And it's just fine for me to have the time to play with friends or even with my family to have a lot of fun.
I've been mostly at home with small children and gaming is the only thing that I get to do for myself anymore. I find it's not only an escape, it's also a way to challenge my brain.
Gaming is becoming clearly more important for a lot of people. You know, play is a natural instinct, and from Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ori, yes, it's definitely an incredible time now to be a gamer, yes.
La verdad que sí, ser gamer está bien, está guay.
Hey everyone, I'm Vince Sampella, head of Respawn Entertainment. When we set out to create Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting
Hola, ¿qué tal?
that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there. It's a series that is grounded in history, which tells emotionally authentic stories. Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the helm of
Ahora Medal of Honor, por lo que veo.
Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2002, and I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR. The team is creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
A ver qué tal el Medal of Honor nuevo. Tiene buena pinta. Quiero hacer algo. Oh. Es la GamesCon. La GamesCon.
I'm scared too.
Es la apertura de la GamesCon.
Welcome to France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is.
We're gonna have to improvise here.
¿Cómo va?
Members of the resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war. But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant.
¿Cómo? This holiday. Navidades. Oh, cuidado.
Be a wild ride, but we'll get you there.
Jet fighters, brace yourselves.
Like I said, boom.
Boom.
There are things, as people, I'm willing to sacrifice myself for.
Somehow this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
Difficulty, help us. Bueno, pasará para... ¿Cómo se llama? Para la virtual. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Y en Oculus Rift. Ah, pero será solo... No sé si será solo realidad virtual, el juego este. Mira pinta.
Thank you so much, Vince. That looks incredible. And now we're here with Respawn Entertainment's Peter Hirschman, game director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such an incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience. What can we expect?
Single-player experience. Single-player.
Jeff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team back at Respawn that's been working really hard on this, and it's so exciting to premiere the trailer with you. Metal, going back to its roots, was always about putting the player in the boots of a soldier fighting in World War II. And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive experience, most immersive combat experience.
Sí, solo será realidad virtual, por lo que veo.
And the story follows you as a player being recruited into the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. And their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II, they sent operatives all over Europe, deep behind enemy lines. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity in the environment, emergent gameplay. You got the piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative, which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors. And it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure. Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which involved things like the 262 jet and the V2 rocket and things that could have really turned the tide of the war if we hadn't stopped them. So you get to go on this journey, this story. And the story is shot all from your perspective. Because it's VR, your head is the camera. We don't have cutscenes, we don't have edits. Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there.
Vamos, es que vamos a vivir la historia como si estuviéramos en primera persona. Es realidad virtual, es normal. Es decir, y será una experiencia muy inmersiva, etcétera, etcétera. La Primera Guerra Mundial, la hostia vinagre. No tengo realidad virtual, así que podemos seguir avanzando, por favor.
And all the actors are always reacting and talking to you directly. And in VR, it's such a powerful thing. It's all about building that emotional connection and just makes the experience all the more authentic.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your heart, and I'm like, wow, there's so much there to experience. It looks really rich and detailed, obviously authentic as well. Paying tribute to everyone that was involved in the war. I wanted to ask you also about multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for, and you've had a great single player experience. But I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. So much of your career trying to map.
Hostia, ¿tú qué le pasa, tío, a esto?
Movements to a controller. One of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, how you duck, you just duck. And how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing those, after it comes out.
Wow, well, definitely a full-blown VR experience. I gotta say, I'm really excited to put the headset on and try this, and it's coming out later this year, right?
coming out holiday. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts. We are so excited to bring it to players. We've been working on it a long time. Like you mentioned, it's a passion project for Vince and I and everyone at Respawn. It's a wonderful full circle experience for a lot of us that started our careers working on those original set, going back first one and Allied Assault, and now to be able to bring Above and Beyond.
Me encanta, Medal of Honor.
Opening Night Live will be right back, and in the meantime, here's a look at a new game that is launching tonight.
Venga, va, un juego que se lanza hoy, va, a ver. Después de la cháchara que se ha montado aquí con el Medal of Honor. Con el Medal of Honor, perdón.
By the magic the vow keepers said they would protect us from. Spellstorms still rage across the ruins of the Hollowlands. This is proof, they said. It isn't safe. It can't be controlled. Magic cannot be used.
Ah, Spellbreak. Este juego tiene mala pinta, ¿eh?
But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow, and now I fight to break free.
Bim, 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 bim. Es un Battle Royale de magia o algo así era, ¿no? Perdón. Me da la sensación que tenían que haberse centrado más en el gameplay que en la cinemática. Porque yo creo que tiene un buen gameplay. Ah, bueno, a ver, está gratis, o sea que tampoco será gratis. Pero salía hoy, ha dicho, ¿no? Este. Está gratis, ¿no? Spellbreak. Es... F. Cosa de Kings. Buah, tío, qué bien, ¿eh? Joder, qué bien, Xbox es la hostia, tío. Me encanta Xbox. Guau, brutal. Microsoft mola. Somos guays, somos guays. Claro que sí.
So many great games in Xbox Game Pass, and many of tonight's games are in it as well. Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Factor 5. Okay, son.
最初タリカンの音楽を聴いた時に曲が素晴らしいだけじゃなくてアミガのサウンドそのものも素晴らしいと思いましたね。日本じゃ本当に聴いたことがなかった音楽でした。
Factor 5 was so far ahead of the curve, and each of their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say they're one of the greatest indie developers of all time.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで、本当にすごかった。今回タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せて歩きたいなと思っています。
This was the first game that allowed me to completely fulfill my musical vision. It defined my career, and the fans have been there ever since. To this day, it's one of my proudest works.
Turrican, grande. Turrican. Turrican, vamos a jugar a Turrican.
In June, Bungie revealed a new era of Destiny 2 that starts on November 10th with Beyond Light. For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the Dark Power of Stasis. With Stasis, players will take on the powers of darkness to control and dominate the battle. Here's an all-new look at Stasis from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
Vale, Destiny 2. World Premiere, sí, ¿no? Destiny 2. Vale, nadie la ha visto, Destiny 2, la verdad.
The floodgates are open. The darkness is here. As you step away from the light, we need only look inward. Focus your power. Let it grow. Our fight is far from over.
Warlock. Es el que usaba en el primer Destiny, el brujo. Me gustaba mucho.
Let them come. This is their fate. One after another.
Titán. Ay. Yo sé que lo juega mucha gente al Destiny, pero no sé, tío. Yo es que... Puedes jugar solo a estas cosas. Y ya nadie juega al Destiny, solo muy poca gente, la verdad. Lo juega. O sea, que yo conozca, ¿eh?
I have one more award to give out tonight, and that is Best Sony PlayStation Game. So, without further ado, the winner is Cyberpunk 2077. Congratulations.
El mejor juego de Sony es Cyberpunk. Un juego que saldrá para PC, para Xbox y para PC 4. Perfecto, grande. Grande y generando un premio a un juegazo.
And Best of Gamescom. The winners will be revealed at Gamescom Best of Show, along with cool cosplayers, esports, and more.
So tune in on Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time to see the grand finale of this year's Gamescom, where we give gamers the stage. That's it for me tonight, but before I turn it back to Jeff, I just want to say that I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. We're all in this together, so take care. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sydney, and it's great to have you on the show again this year. All right, well, a lot of people have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation 5, the SSD hard drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac says is only possible on brand new hardware. Well, now it's time for you to decide if you see the difference. Here's an extended, uninterrupted demo of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Enjoy.
Venga, va. Insomniac. Ratchet & Clank.
We're back. And not far from where we last saw him. We may still have time to put a stop to this.
Hey, I think I found the mod back.
Oh dear.
Venga.
Bringing out the big guns.
Cambia de arma, bueno. Bueno, ¿para qué servirán las piezas que va cogiendo? Supongo que para ir mejorando las armas y eso, ¿no? Una pistola. Vale, se va el tren, a ver qué hace. Ratchet, been looking everywhere for you.
Put down the Dimensionator, nefarious. Put down the Dimensionator. Yeah, right.
Ese debe ser el malo. Tiene pinta.
Soon, everything you see will be mine. Say goodbye. What did you?
Toma, adiós, adiós el malo.
To happen? Hitting Nefarious' device seems to have destabilized reality. The bridge is shot. There has to be another way across.
Ha estabilizado la realidad. Ahora tenemos que ir a otras realidades para estabilizar todo, ¿no? Algo así.
To your device. Try pointing it at one of them. That was rather exciting. Gains before trade.
Darle uno, ¿no? A ver qué es eso. Alguna especie de granada que engancha, ¿no? Y congela, además. Hostia. ¿A que aún engancha eso? No sé qué le está disparando. Mira cómo corre. Oh yes, it's Ratchet & Clank. My heroes. Ojo, Cthulhu. Cthulhu ha venido. Parece que no, se va. Ah, pero yo pensaba que podía ir por donde ha ido. Pero se parece al tráiler que al gameplay de la otra vez.
Nefarious is on the other side of that building. Let's get moving before he does anything else to break reality.
Enforcer. Toma. Me parece que mete bastante.
He must have more planned than he is telling us. That's what I'm afraid of.
Eso mola, esa habilidad. Que dispara los rayitos esos de agua o lo que sea eso, que congela. Mola. Damage done. Ah, le ha dicho el daño que ha hecho, ¿no? Mira, ahora veo. Bueno, por lo menos no hay pantallas de carga y todo el rollo. O sea, está muy bien eso. Ahora van mejorando las armas y eso, pero... Lo mejora tan rápido que no me entero cómo lo hace. Todo el escenario está o sea, todo se destruye, todo es destructible, ¿no? Por lo que veo. O sea, que he dicho más feos. También tiene cuerpo a cuerpo, vale, vale. No me acordaba. Mira cómo corren, ¿no? Otra vez. Dios mío de mi vida. Parece que el Opera se me ha jodido. Voy a tener que reiniciar todo. Me ha jodido el navegador. Vuelvo. Un segundo. Vale, no pasa nada, pero... ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué haces? Perdón. ¿Ratchet? Bien. Es Ratcheta. PlayStation. Captured on
There
PlayStation.
you have it, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games. Guys, it was so great to see that long, uninterrupted demo of Rift Apart, and I have so many questions. What you're doing with the power of PS5 and the SSD. Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower.
Hostia, que soy buena.
To fill our worlds with
Se oye como la mierda, tú. Cómprate un micrófono, amigo.
More
Joder.
importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to fling the player from planet to planet to planet lightning fast, like in way faster than anything we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, the Rift tether, we saw that in the demo. We had seen some of that in the trailer. So that's all actual gameplay. Mike, I'm curious, like how does that work as you kind of play through the game? Are there certain moments and levels where you can jump, or how do you play through that?
Yeah, so in the game, there is dimensional damage spread throughout the galaxy that Ratchet and Clank have to find a way to fix. And you can find these weak points in space-time that you can pull to you with your Rift tether. It's like being able to lasso a portal. And that enables you to basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I got to say, like when you see that and you imagine the jumping from multiple worlds at instantaneously almost, and it sounds like there's no load screens throughout the entire game.
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow. All right. You bite. So confident, both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask you about DualSense. That's something that is a big part of PS5. I've had a chance to hands on with the controller with the adaptive triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet and Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet and Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet.
Venga, que ya acaba esto, que me estoy sobando.
You can
Tengo
actually
hambre.
feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are
Vale, también está explicando cómo usarán los mandos, el mando para el juego, y se ve que va a asociarse bastante con las armas y todo eso.
To a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons. So, for example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barreled shotgun. You can pull the trigger part of the way down until you hit resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them. And then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow, no, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to roll that out across what I'm sure are an insane, group of weapons as always. Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure, so it's one that even if you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it. For hardcore fans, we have a lot of nods. You're gonna see a lot of returning characters and planets and see them all through a whole new light of multiple.
Vamos, que si no has jugado a un Ratchet and Clank no pasa nada. Puedes jugarlo alguien que lo ha jugado y alguien que.
Is that something you're going to see like frequently in the game? Or are there special moments? Like, I guess I'm curious, like how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those pretty often. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet. Okay. Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I gotta say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
I mean, the world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I gotta say, I mean, it looks incredible. The Ratchet
Nos han preguntado que si saben, le pueden decir el nombre de la chica que será jugable, pero dice que no, que quiere mantener el misterio y que no lo va a decir. Se lo guardan para más adelante. O ya lo dirán.
To play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now?
Mike?
So Ratchet & Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
Y no tienen fecha para lanzarlo todavía.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're going to get, I'm sure. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I got to say, Insomniac, we're so excited what you guys are doing across PlayStation, and the game looks incredible. So thank you so much for all you've done, and we look forward to seeing more of Rift Apart soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank or PlayStation 5. And that's going to do it for Opening Night Live. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned all weekend
Pues vale.
for live Gamescom coverage.
Todavía no han dicho los precios de las consolas, así que eso se va a mantener hasta ver cuándo y veremos. Estaría bien que hubieran sacado los precios de las consolas, porque no se sabe nada ninguno de precios, pero bueno. Muy bien, pues ya hemos acabado el evento. Ha estado súper bien, la verdad, me ha encantado. No, en realidad no. Lo que más me ha gustado, creo que he apuntado, ha sido el Unknown Awakening, algo de lo que hemos visto de Dragon Age, el Outriders, el Teardown, Little Nightmares 2, Curious Expedition, 12 Minutes y Overrider. Lo demás, ¿ya lo había visto o no me interesa? Así que lo vamos a dejar por aquí. Nos vemos mañana y que descanséis, chicos. Un abrazo. Chao. Adiós. Que vaya bien, seguidme en Twitch y en Instagram y en YouTube y todo eso. Hasta mañana, chao, chao.